My wife, our dog, and I just went to the 2026 City of Montgomery Exotics and Espresso car show. And here is some of what we saw. A car with shiny red paint and a black interior will always catch my eye. This is an Alfa Romeo Graduate from either 1986 or 87. I think that it was the entry-level convertible from this Italian car maker at the time, but to me, it's still completely beautiful. I don't know about reliability, build quality, or even parts availability anymore at this point. I mentioned those concerns because this particular Spider was for sale. I don't know the asking price, but I can say for sure that if it were mine, I'd be seriously recreating scenes and quoting lines from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And yes, I know, the car in that movie was supposed to be a Ferrari 250 GT California, but that little Alfa would be close enough for mere mortals like me. As I go along through this parking lot, you'll see more expensive cars than this Mercedes 560 SL, but it's still the one I would take as my daily driver. It's about 40 years old, but has only 30,000 miles on it. It has the original paint and interior, and the whole car looked almost brand new. The current owner even has the original hardtop. The color combination is very conservative and perfectly German. Even though it's not red and black, this is the car that I could spend the rest of my life driving. It's a Mercedes from a time when they were rock solid and reliable. I love it so very much. The price to buy and maintain one of these cars makes them largely unattainable for most people, myself included, but they are fun to look at. A lot of exotic cars do seem to come from Italy, but this Di Tommaso Pantera, while designed in Italy, is motivated by an American Ford V8. Which is similar to the power you'll find under the hood of this classic Shelby Mustang. This white car was never officially sold here in the United States, but because of its age, they can now be imported under the 25-year rule. It's a Nissan Skyline GTR from the 1990s. This one was privately imported from Japan, and you may have seen cars similar to this one in the Fast and Furious movies. is the new all-electric Cadillac Celestiq. It's very long and very expensive, not to mention heavy. Because of the battery pack, it weighs more than 3 tons. And in 2025, the starting price was about $340,000. In 2026, a price jump increased that number by $60,000 more. These are built to order, and I was told that most go out the door at more than $500,000. This Cadillac is marketed at people who are also considering models from Rolls-Royce. How many other sedans are in this price range? Maybe a Maybach from Mercedes, but a Celestiq is an exclusive car, no matter how you look at it. I went to a Porsche Club car show a few weeks back, but I paid more attention to the models from the 1970s and 80s. Aside from that black Shelby Mustang I showed earlier, the cars here were generally much newer. This is a Pagani Huayra, and it was probably the most exotic of all the exotic cars here this day. You can see a lot of the carbon fiber that was used in its construction. I don't know much about these cars, so I had to look them up. There are various versions of an AMG turbocharged V12 from Mercedes that move it down the road, the least powerful of which is over 700 horsepower. The owner here of this car was actually letting little kids sit in the driver's seat. And that was pretty amazing to me, especially when these sell for between $2 and $4 million when new. My amazement only grew when I found out that the McLaren parked next to the Pagani was owned by the same guy. Off in a faraway corner of the parking lot, isolated from much of the main action, are these 3 cars: a Pontiac GTO, a Chevy SSR, and a Lamborghini. Oh yeah, and 2 white pickups. How exotic must everything else be if a Lambo ends up in the same row as 2 city work trucks and the porta potties? Or maybe the car's owner just got there late. Whatever the reason, to me, it was an interesting juxtaposition. It was also an interesting car show. And how often do you get to use the word juxtaposition? Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, this has been Bob's Workshop. Take care.